The Mental Handbook is my highest rated book on Amazon. You can get this book completely for free. Just take care of the shipping at workonyourgameuniversity.com. The link is below. If you already got it, get it for a friend. They need it. Work on your game.
DreAllDay.com.
What's going on, everybody? Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. This week's motivation is we're talking about the people you're around. We're talking about the law of association. If you're not familiar with the law of association, I'll tell you what it is very succinctly. Law of association states that you become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And it can be 5, it can be 3 people, it can be 10 people, but let's just say 5. The 5 people you spend the most time with, you become the average of those 5 people. And the title of this week's motivation is Big People Don't Laugh at Big Ideas. So I told you the law of association to explain to you this. See, when you share your big idea, your big goal, your big dream with someone who is big, you know what they're going to give you? You know what they're going to say to you? They're going to ask you, they're going to start asking you critical questions like, all right, what's your plan to get this done? Have you taken care of this part yet right here? Oh, have you thought about this? Let me tell you how I did this. Listen to what I did right here. You need to check out this person over here. A big person who understands your big goal, who maybe has already achieved your big goal, who has played on a level that you want to play at, is going to look at your big goal and they're going to start telling you different ways of getting it done. That's how you know you're talking to a big person. And when you share your big goal with someone who starts to tell you, I don't know if you can do that, or I don't know if that's possible, or do you think that's really plausible, or I haven't seen anyone do that before, or why do you think you're the person who's capable of that? Or they start being negative and just maybe they start to ridicule you and say, you can never make it to the NBA. You can't start a business. You're going to sell a product for $5,000. How do you think you're going to do that? They start being negative even with their questions. Negative meaning they're asking you questions that's trying to make you think that you can't possibly do it. And you need to understand the difference between a constructively critical question and a negative question. You need to understand the difference between the two. Now, you might have to talk to a few people to start learning the difference. All you got to do to understand which type of person you're talking to is look at their results in life. When you're talking to a big person, all they're going to do is support your ideas. They will support your ideas maybe with some tough love, maybe with some hard truths that you haven't heard yet before. But a big person will never laugh at a big idea. If you told Oprah that you wanted to be a millionaire, she wouldn't laugh at you. Why? Because Oprah knows what it feels like to get there. She knows what it feels like to get 100 times there. Now, if you told a person, some loser from your neighborhood, or maybe some loser in your family, maybe some loser who you hang with every single day because you're violating the law of association about your big idea, they might laugh at you. They might tell you you can't do it. They might tell you how nobody from this family or nobody from this neighborhood ever did that. They might tell you how that's unrealistic. They might tell you you might need to pick a different goal, maybe pick a different ideal. Maybe might tell you that, who do you think you are to do that? Yeah, I know that person did it. Yeah, I know he did it. Yeah, I know she did it. But who do you think you are to do it? See, when you talk to small people, all they're going to do is tell you small things. Small people give you small ideas. Small people can't fathom big ideas. When you tell a small person a big idea and they start to ridicule you or tell you things to try to discourage you, it's not because they're hating on you. It's not because they don't want you to succeed. It's not because they want to see you fail. It's because a small person can only talk about small things because that's all they know. So you put a person in a small box and they born in a small box and they live their entire life in a small box. And then you take them out of the box, they can't understand anything other than the small box. It's the only thing that they know. So don't get mad when people are negative about your goals. Don't get mad when your parents don't support you wanting to be a basketball player. Don't get mad when your schoolmates don't understand how you think you could be an entrepreneur, or the people who live on your block who you grew up with don't understand how you want to be a business person. Don't get mad at them. They only know what they know. Your job is not even that you have to try to prove them wrong, but if that's your mentality, that's the way your mind works, fine. Go ahead and prove them wrong. Your job at that point, once you realize you're around some small people, I mean, you're violating the law of association, and even if you didn't know the law before you heard this video, you are still violating it. Even if you didn't know you were breaking the law, if you break the law, you still got to go to jail. Is this true or not true? If you get caught, that is. So if you're violating the law of association, what you need to do right now is find some big people to get around. You need to find some big people and replace the small people in your circle with some big people. Now, you may say, well, what if I can't physically get around these big people? What if I live in this neighborhood? I don't have the money yet to move out. I can't get around these other people. I don't have $1,000 to go to this seminar. I don't have $200 to take this course. I don't have $5,000 a month to join this mastermind. What can I do to get around these people? This is what you do. You go find the people who already have what you want. Find the people who are saying the things that uplift you. Find the people who have the mindset who you want to have. Find the people who are talking about the things that you want to do. Find the people who are doing the things that you want to do, and you're going to put them in your circle, and you're going to do it by proxy. And what by proxy means, and that's proxy, P-R-O-X-Y. proxy means is that they don't have to physically be there, but they can virtually be there with you, which means you can replace the mixtape you listen to every afternoon with some personal development, like a podcast or an audio tape or an audio book. You can replace the blogs that you read at TMZ or Media Takeout or World Star. You can replace the 20 minutes you spend on that with 20 minutes of reading a book by the person, that big person who's already done the thing that you want to do. These are things that you can choose to do. These are choices that you have to make. This is not something that you are forced to do. This is not anything anybody's ever going to make you do in school. This is not something you will ever be forced to do at a job. You can live the rest of your life, next 60, 80, 100 years, never doing this stuff. Nobody's going to hold it against you. You won't go to jail for it. You won't be fined for not doing it, but you will pay the tax of not being who you want to be in life. You will pay the tax of not doing what you want to do and getting what you want to get. And the challenge is, you know what the crazy thing is? Most people go through life without being the person they want to be, doing what they want to do, or having what they want to have in life. Not because they chosen not to, because they're completely unaware of this information. They're completely unaware that they can choose. They're completely unaware that the box is way bigger than the boxes they know. So you'll talk to some people who will claim that they're doing everything they want to do, that they're being the person that they want to be. The thing is, they don't even know that there's so much more possibility out there aside from what they know. See, people only know what they know. And the only way to know more, to get a bigger box in your life, a bigger box, and to completely blow the box out of the water so you can think out of the box, is that you got to open your mind up. You got to get around big people. You got to get around people who are doing more than you're doing. You should be spending time every single day, at least an hour every single day, around people who are doing things bigger than you. You heard me right. An hour a day around people who are doing things bigger than you. How do you do that though? If you can't get out of Atlanta, if you can't get out of Tennessee, if you can't get out of school, if you can't get out of your parents' house in California, how do you do it? Go buy some books. You got the money. Go buy some books. Go invest in some books. Go invest some time in listening to podcasts. Go invest some time in listening to audio tapes. You can find a lot of this stuff on YouTube. It doesn't cost a whole lot of money, but you got the money. If you want to take a course, invest in the Bulletproof Mindset course. Invest in the People Skills course. Invest in making yourself a better person. If you're not willing to invest in yourself, you can't say you aren't getting what you're getting. You can't say you got a problem reaching your goal. You can't say you need some help. You can't say you need some advice. You got to invest in yourself first. You got to invest in getting around those big people. And understand this, once you physically get around those big people, you won't stay around for long if you don't keep growing. If you don't become big, because you know what you're doing to them, you're bringing their average down. So you can't stick around there for long. You got to earn your keep in those places. So start doing it now, so when you get around, physically get around those big people, you got something to offer the conversation instead of just taking away. Because you won't last long if that's all you got. Work on your game. DreAllDay.com. Ever wonder what it would be like if you could be more confident on a more consistent basis? What about if you could just brush off the negativity of other people more easily so they didn't stumble you and slow you down? What if you could be more of a leader so that people fell under your influence and followed your direction and your communication? What if you could have more focus on the positive things that you want instead of looking at the negativity and letting that slow you down and put fear in your heart? And what if you could do all of this, tie it all in, and make it part of your normal day-to-day life for the rest of your life? Would there be any benefit to that? I think so, and I know you do too. Well, guess what? My new course is called Bulletproof Mindset, and it covers everything I just said and a whole lot more. It's an 8-week course. You can get all the details and get started right now at DreAllDay.com/bulletproof. Check it out, and I'll see you over there. Work on your game. If you're on Snapchat, hit me on the Snap. My Snap name is @Dre Baldwin. You already know how that works. And I got a podcast, if you didn't know. It is called Work on Your Game. It is an everyday podcast where I talk about getting yourself into the right mindset, that bulletproof mindset. Getting yourself seen, heard, known. Getting the exposure you want and making things happen in your life instead of waiting for things to happen to or for you. Subscribe to that podcast. We're on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Stitcher. Make sure you check it every single day. Make sure you're subscribed so you catch the heat. Work on your game. Dre Ball, Dre Ball, Dre Ball. I feel like Dre Ball, Dre Ball, Dre Ball. I feel like Dre Ball, Dre Ball. I'm ballin'. I feel like